Hello, my name is Matthew Rodriguez, and the recipe that I chose to use is fish and chips from the United Kingdom. I chose this country certainly because there's been a lot of places that I want to travel to, and I figured like the United Kingdom is like always a place I've wanted to go. Like I've always wanted to meet people there, try new foods there and stuff like that. And then I chose this certain recipe because like there's a lot of stuff like ingredients here like in a local supermarket like Publix, and but it's also a big food in that country, so it helps me figure out like something I want to eat when I do go there. One thing that I found interesting about the UK's food culture is that their Cornish pasty was made with so many other things, but is most traditional with chopped beef, potato, suede, and onion. Another fact that was interesting to me was finding out that the chips to the fish and chips meal was introduced in the late 19th century, because I feel it has been such a iconic part of the country. Like it's a very popular food, but I still think it's insane. Like to me, like when I look at a breakfast, I'm thinking of like just regular bacon, sausage, stuff like that. But they have so many things on there that just look terrible, and that's just my opinion. But honestly, like to me, I think it's insane how they mix all those together when I don't think they would mix well at all. Like the recipe though, like the fish and chips recipe, it's usually ate during. It's not really served like on any special, like it's just a normal food there. Like it's pretty popular in the country, and it's pretty like normal to have this food, if that makes sense. And it's consumed like commonly, if that makes sense. And then it's unique because like it is a popular dish, but is also prepared so much differently than some like states. Like I feel like some states would use a different type of fish, like they would use haddock, or I used cod in mine, and I figured like people would use like haddock. I thought it was crazy how much oil I added. I thought I added a lot of oil, but it actually turned out to be pretty good. It came out perfectly. I cannot lie. I had to be honest. The recipe, I did switch up a few things. I used club soda. I did look into it. Club soda is fine. I would say another thing that I used, I couldn't find malt vinegar, so I looked up alternative when I went to the supermarket, and red wine vinegar. So I used that, and it was also pretty good. It definitely was a little different, but I thought it tasted well. And I would say I didn't. I felt like I used a lot. I almost didn't use the right flour, but I ended up switching it up right away, and it was perfect. But my original plan was to not switch anything because I wanted to make sure like their recipe, because it's so popular in the United Kingdom, I wanted to make it the same way that they would, but I had to use some alternatives, which is totally fine. But I mean, I do wish I used it differently. And so for the nutritional value, the fish, it has omega-3 fatty acids, and like the health benefits towards it is like it leads towards stronger cardiovascular health. So it leads to better heart health for your heart, and I just think it's like a good food. And after I tried it, I thought it was really good. I was nervous. I wasn't gonna be a big fan, but I did like it. And an ingredient that has a health risk is the oil. It has trans fats, so it's associated with raising LDL cholesterol and lowering HDL cholesterol. Another ingredient is the all-purpose flour. It has refined carbohydrates. That's a health risk, because diets with this flour have been associated with increased risk of type 2 diabetes. So I made sure I didn't use any more of the amount. I made sure I used the right amount, and it was great. For the reflection question, I feel learning about new foods from a different country, I feel it is very important, but I feel it made me recognize how different each culture truly is food-wise. Like I looked at all the different, like a few different countries, and it looked very well, and it did look pretty good. And I would say the way they eat the food is very unique. Like, I didn't use a side of vinegar to dip in, but I thought that was very shocking to me. And yeah, this is my food.